AEW President Tony Khan makes his return and appears last night on AEW Dynamite. For the first time since being attacked by the Elite several weeks ago, Adam Copeland embraces his former Brood Self and douses Malakai Black with a bloodbath. Death Triangle reunite and are set to challenge for the Trios Championships at Double or Nothing. Speaking of Double or Nothing, the FTW title match is set for that show as well. Saraya makes her AEW in-ring return last night on Dynamite. CM Punk status for the WWE King and Queen of the Ring PLE has been revealed. The latest Uncle Howley clues have been revealed on WhatsApp. Sting's son is reportedly set to become a professional wrestler. At the very least, he's training to become one. And we have the very latest on Miro's recovery from injury. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Tony Khan, who made a surprising return last night to AEW television. Tony Khan made his return to AEW TV to close out last night's episode of Dynamite before Double or Nothing 2024. To close last night's Dynamite, a clearly mismatched bout when Satnam Singh took on Bryan Danielson after the Young Bucks put an effective bounty on Danielson to try and take him out of the Anarchy in the Arena match this coming weekend. With Sonjay Dutt confirming earlier in the show that the goal of the match was to destroy Danielson for a hearty cash payment, of course. The main event saw Danielson battle back multiple times. However, the numbers advantage in the end would be too overwhelming as Danielson got beaten down by not only Satnam Singh but also Singh's teammates Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett as the match was called off. The Elite, that being Jack Perry, Kazuchika Okada and the Young Bucks, would then descend upon the ring to continue the attack, while commentary noting that Danielson was seemingly entirely alone, with FTR not in Bakersfield and Darby Allin barred from the building. Instead, a scene appeared on the big screen. An SUV pulled up and Darby Allin popped out holding a giant flamethrower, pausing to give a fist bump to the driver. The driver was revealed to be a returning Tony Khan as Darby Allin came through the entranceway and chased off the Elite with the flamethrower. Nicholas Jackson would end up going through the table set up near the ramp that was being prepared for Danielson to be thrown through it, with the show ending on images of both Darby and Danielson standing tall. Now, Tony Khan has since reacted to his return last night on AEW TV with a couple of tweets on social media. He first said, quote, "The ban has been lifted, Darby Allin. Happy birthday, Bryan Danielson. Team AEW versus the Elite this Sunday at AEW Double or Nothing." He then also confirmed, "Yes, I do have a valid driver's license. AEW Dynamite on TBS." So what did you make of Tony Khan's return last night? And do you think he'll factor in to the match this weekend at Double or Nothing? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, Adam Copeland, he dove into his bag of tricks and seemingly went back to being Brood Edge. Now, many people have compared it to maybe an infamous moment on WCW television. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. But on this week's episode of Dynamite, history repeated itself, as we saw many times in the Attitude Era, as Adam Copeland unleashed the Brood's bloody floodgates onto Malakai Black. Just moments before his bloody baptism, Black scored a victory over Kyle O'Reilly in an effort to gain momentum going into his barbed wire steel cage match at Double or Nothing for the TNT Championship. Before Black could rest on his laurels, red and black lights flashed in the ring, then gallons of gore spilled onto Black. Now, as with many people that have seemingly this has happened to in the past, Black was covered in the viscous fluid and was rolling around in it in this crimson bath. Copeland then appeared on the video screen to taunt his opponent, telling Black he should be careful what he wished for. Now, Copeland's revenge follows last week's events, which saw the House of Black blindside, assault, and humiliate Copeland by removing his wedding band. It seems that Copeland intends to revive a version of his vampire Brood era personality and persona to meet Black's levels of gothic depravity, and Black's bloodbath was the TNT champion's way of simultaneously intimidating and humiliating his future opponent. Now, fans have also speculated that the segment could herald the involvement of former Brood leader Gangrel, an idea Copeland pitched before leaving WWE. So, what did you make of the bloodbath last night? Of course, people comparing it to the infamous one on WCW television in 2000 involving Kevin Nash. Other people saying, well, WWE have done it in recent years with Copeland. It wasn't red, but it was a black fluid during his time in WWE. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Now, Death Triangle, they are back on AEW programming as well. Death Triangle is back, fresh off Rey Fénix's return from injury at the end of April. The former AAA Mega Champion has reunited with his brother, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Pac in Pac's quest to dethrone the AEW Undisputed Trios champions, Jay White, Austin, and Colton Gunn of Bullet Club Gold. On Wednesday's AEW Dynamite, the newly reunited Death Triangle attacked the Bang Bang Gang. Now, the Bullet Club adjacent trio will have to defend their titles against Death Triangle at AEW Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Fénix initially returned to action after a lengthy injury in late April, besting Beast Mortos on AEW Collision. After the match, there was a word that Fénix may have suffered a new injury in that return, but his active participation in the beatdown against White and the Guns, as well as the upcoming Trios title match, seemingly signals that the Luchador is medically cleared to compete. Fénix's initial injury was said to be the worst that the former AEW World Tag Team Champion had ever dealt with. Fénix is also set to compete at an independent show run by him and his brother called Hit the Lights, which will take place in the former Lucha Underground studio. Now, speaking of Double or Nothing this weekend, the FTW Championship match was also confirmed for the upcoming pay-per-view. Hook will get a shot to regain his FTW Championship he lost to Chris Jericho at AEW Dynasty, but he won't be taking on the Learning Tree in a singles match. Katsuyori Shibata will be facing off against Hook and Jericho in a triple threat at Double or Nothing in Las Vegas on Sunday. An FTW Championship Eliminator match was held during Dynamite on Wednesday, where Hook and Shibata took on the bounty hunter Brian Keith for the chance to move on to face the champion at the pay-per-view. Jericho, a new tag team partner Big Bill, were on commentary for the match. Shibata locked in the figure 4 submission with a heel hook on Keith. Hook got behind Keith and also locked in the Red Rum. Keith tapped to both for a double submission. Though commentary and the audience seemed confused, the referee raised both Shibata and Hook's hands in victory. Jericho got on the mic at the commentary desk and called it an interesting call by the referee and that it would make things more difficult for him at Double or Nothing, but he's proud of both men for what they've picked up from the Learning Tree. Jericho said the first ever three-way FTW rules match is set for Sunday. Jericho versus Shibata versus Hook is now the 10th match on the Double or Nothing card as of this recording. Now, speaking of Dynamite last night, we also saw the in-ring return of Saraya for the first time in about 3 months. Now, while some AEW stars appear infrequently due to a variety of reasons, Saraya made her in-ring return last night on Dynamite, marking her third match thus far in 2024. Saraya teamed with Harley Cameron to take on Timeless Toni Storm and Mariah May. In the end, Toni Storm would capture the victory over Harley Cameron via pinfall, but her celebration was short-lived. The AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm was attacked from behind by her upcoming Double or Nothing opponent Serena Deeb. Not only did Deeb hit Storm with the blunt end of a high heel shoe, she would go on to apply a submission hold on the champion while she was pinned beneath a chair. In the end, referees pulled Serena Deeb off of Storm as she stood tall ahead of a title shot on Sunday's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Now, let's switch gears here and talk about King and Queen of the Ring. Of course, this is coming up this Saturday from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And many people have wondered, are we going to see CM Punk at a Saudi show, considering he has been heavily critical of WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia in the past? Now, according to a report from PW Insider, CM Punk's status for King and Queen of the Ring is accounted for in the fact that he has other engagements. Per the report, CM Punk is in Philadelphia rather than having travelled with Triple H and the rest of the WWE crew to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Punk will be back on the cans doing commentary for Cage Fighting Fury Championship. Fury 10 event is going to be taking place in Philly this Friday night, that being May 24. SmackDown will be taking place in Saudi Arabia on Friday, a day prior to the King and Queen of the Ring event itself. Of course, with Drew McIntyre still out due to injury, he won't be in action this weekend, so there would be no particular reason for CM Punk to travel either in that regard. So, seemingly, Punk, he's not going to be there, but it will be interesting to see what happens with Punk and these Saudi shows in the future once he's been cleared to return. Now let's talk about Uncle Howdy and the latest teases and clues when it comes to a brand new Bray Wyatt-inspired faction coming soon to WWE television. WWE has continued to tease the introduction of a Wyatt storyline and dropped a few subtle hints regarding it on social media. A recent tease by WWE revealed that Uncle Howdy was posting on their WhatsApp, and a new clue of sorts would be released on Twitch on Thursday at 8 p.m, though the images had the phrases "I'm waiting for you" and "Remember who you are" inscribed on it. The recent teasers and reports have hinted that WWE could begin a new storyline based on the universe created by the late Bray Wyatt. WWE had recently posted a few bits on their Twitch of the time when the Wyatt family debuted on WWE television, as well as the Twitch video also featuring a Twitch video that featured Rachel Bonnetta, a psychiatrist who was in a Bray Wyatt segment a few years ago. Over the last few weeks on Raw and SmackDown, there have been QR codes, puzzles and glitches that indicate the ominous arrival of someone or some people soon to WWE television. Last month's Backlash show also featured a QR code that had an audio clip of Bray Wyatt's doctor and a message from a woman teasing a return. A recent report revealed that WWE has earmarked a few names for a Wyatt-based faction, which includes the likes of Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Wyatt's brother Bo Dallas, who could be portraying Uncle Howdy. Rowan reportedly pulled out of a few indie shows he was supposed to be a part of, as he seemingly has re-signed with WWE. Now, let's talk about some surprising news when it comes to the son of WWE Hall of Famer and former AEW World Tag Team Champion Sting. Sting's legacy in wrestling could potentially continue with the next generation. At AEW Revolution, Sting's sons, Stephen and Garrett Borden, were a part of their father's entrance for his last match, as they dressed up as past versions of him. They also briefly got involved in the action as they hit Stinger splashes. Speaking with Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp, Darby Allin said that Stephen, a former football player, was staying at his house and training to be a pro wrestler. He noted that Stephen was sleeping in a tent in his front yard. Allin noted that Stephen had not thought about getting into wrestling, but getting involved at AEW Revolution gave him the urge to train. The former TNT champion said he spoke with Sting and Stephen and invited Stephen to come and train with him. Darby also said that he has a ring at his house to help with this process. Stephen previously said that he had not thought about following in his father's footsteps into wrestling, but his future in the business was murky following AEW Revolution, as it was an emotional high. In Sting's last match, he and Darby Allin defeated the Young Bucks at AEW Revolution to retain the AEW World Tag Team titles and end Sting's career with a special victory. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about Sting's son getting involved in wrestling, and do you think he can be a success? He would be beginning later maybe than others, but do you think, given his genetics and given his background, do you think it could work? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. And finally, a bit of an injury update on former AEW TNT champion Miro. Now, at AEW World's End, Miro defeated Andrade El Idolo thanks to an assist from his former wife CJ Perry. Since then, the former TNT champion has been out of action and off AEW television. It was later revealed that Miro was out with an injury. Fightful Select has provided an update noting that AEW had hoped that Miro would be back in the spring. However, Miro's injury is currently behind schedule for his recovery and a return to the ring. In an interview earlier this year, Miro revealed that he's currently recovering from a shoulder injury and an elbow injury. It remains to be seen when the Redeemer will make his return to AEW programming at the time of this recording. Of course, if we get any more details and updates on Miro in the future, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for streaming or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.